Chosen one, this is not just a moment. This is your unveiling. The whispers, the preparation, the silent tears, the long nights of wondering, praying, enduring. They've all led to this exact time. Now, the curtain is rising. Everything that was hidden, your calling, your favor, your resilience, your strength, is about to be displayed, not for attention, but for divine confirmation. The world is about to witness what heaven has known about you all along. This exposure is not punishment. It's positioning. You've passed the tests in silence. Now comes the visibility with purpose. But before we go any farther, pause to consider this. This message is for you. So if you've been chosen, watch the whole video. Additionally, leave your best wishes and 777 in the comment section. Energizing the cosmos and letting your desires come true are the topics of this chapter. Now, let us claim that holy energy. Select one now, such as this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started. The disclosure of your mission. You were never forgotten. You were just covered. A distinction exists. Ignorance is not the same as being concealed. You weren't turned away. You were quiet. God put you in the background to prepare you, not to punish you, because the stakes shift the instant you are exposed. The mood changes. There is an increase in the task. Visibility is required for the level, while strength is required for visibility. First, what was going to be made public was safeguarded. What will shortly be celebrated was put to the test first. Everything that was previously kept a secret will now be revealed as a message. No one noticed the weight you carried. You provided healing where no one went. Nobody wiped the tears you shed. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still getting up. Why? Because this was a predestined unfolding. God didn't disbelieve you, even if the world did. The skies recorded your obedience, even if the world may have ignored you. It wasn't for nothing that you were kept silent. It's your time to be disclosed. You were picked and kept silent for disclosure, to share the love of the angels, write amen, and contribute up to $20 with a super thank you. Some individuals spoke behind your back. Your name has sometimes been made fun of, misinterpreted, or misplaced. You were misunderstood, undervalued, and maybe even made fun of. The fact that will soon reverberate through this change, however, is that all of the private remarks will now be rectified in public, and not through argumentation, nor through retaliation, and not by the force of indisputable outcomes. What God placed in you is going to be revealed, and when He does, He will be the only one who can claim the credit, not only in a positive way, but the tables are turning. The timing of their turn is heavenly. You are not receiving this publicity for fun. The purpose is elevation. And people who previously believed you wouldn't live would see this kind of ascent. Even those who predicted your demise will see it. The ascent of the chosen one is not silent. It's noisy. Heaven has decided its time, not because you demanded attention. The public expression of a personal journey. Every discussion regarding you that took place behind closed doors will be addressed via open doors. Every personal hardship will turn into a strength for the public. Your name will be called before you enter the rooms. Because you were never hidden to be forgotten, you will visit areas where others are already aware of the light you bring. You are concealed in order to grow, and the deadline for such development has already passed. The revelation starts. You and I both know it didn't happen abruptly, despite what some people may claim. It was painful. Isolation was necessary. It required self-control. Refusing to break when you might have was necessary. When the lower path looked alluring, it was necessary to choose the higher one. It required faith in an often illogical process. All of it will now be heard clearly and loudly in public. God is testing you in addition to rewarding you, and He's doing it in public view. To share the love of the angels, write amen, and contribute up to $20 with a super thank you. When individuals come back with fresh enthusiasm, don't be shocked. Some people may attempt to re-establish contact out of recognition rather than affection. I always knew you had it in you. Others may remark, forgetting that they previously wrote you off. You won't have to prove yourself, however. Your life will take care of that. You won't have to return the clap. Your crop will speak for itself. You won't have to defend your value. Your whole identity will be validated by the doors opening. During this season, exposure will bring vindication. Not forced exposure, but opportunities that were divinely arranged. Platforms you didn't want, audiences you didn't anticipate, and invitations you didn't seek, all in line with the heavenly schedule you've been following for years. Because you moved diligently while others moved quickly. The loyal will now be given preference in front of everyone to share the love of the angels, right? Amen, and contribute up to $20 with a super thank you. In actuality, not everything you've been working on was intended for the general public. Legacy was the reason. However, God is going to magnify what was intended for one person for many because of your obedience. Your private preparation is being transformed into public effect by Him. It's broadcasting your obedience. Your modesty is being emphasized. Additionally, your narrative is being told through you rather than by you. To share the love of the angels, write Amen, and contribute up to $20 with a super thank you. Taking on the role of the public. Choose one. Pay close attention to this. It is sacrosanct what is now being made public. Treat it with dignity. Don't let pride overpower your goals. Keep your focus on the work and don't let the applause divert you. You weren't picked to be well known. You were picked for your effectiveness. You were not born with followers. You were destined to be powerful. Image is not the point of this revelation. Impact is the key. Additionally, you will bear fruit in visibility because you were loyal in obscurity. Things may seem to be moving more quickly today, with doors opening more quickly, communications coming more quickly, and connections aligning for no apparent reason. It's no accident. It's affirmative. What had been postponed is now arriving. The bottleneck is no longer there. Your name is becoming more and more prominent. For destiny, not for selfishness. Although it won't always be pleasant, the revelation is always required. Saying no to more will be necessary. Your peace will need to be more carefully guarded. As your influence increases, you will need to stay grounded. You are being revealed to the world by the same God who is also keeping an eye on how you handle this revelation. Are you going to remain rooted? Will you recall the quiet? Are you going to wear humility like a crown? Being noticed isn't the only goal this season. It has to do with being maintained. Not everything that was previously closed is being opened by God. He is stabilizing the revelation. Your calling must align with your character. The public cloak must still be respected in your private life. You still need to act with insight, intelligence, and respect. Because there's no turning back once it's public knowledge. Now you are the light. The voice is now you. Now you are the model. Some will question, some will imitate, and some will adore. But you have to remain focused on the task at hand. Remember where the oil comes from, but let them see the flame. Remember the price, but let them enjoy the result. You've gone too far to become someone you're not. Now is the moment to claim what is rightfully yours. With confidence, not with conceit. With intense concentration rather than fear. Prepare yourself. Divine impact and remembrance. It's time for all you've created, prayed over, sobbed over, and believed in to be put on display. Not just for your own good, but also for the benefit of others. You will soon be a live example of how the lost were never forgotten. They were setting themselves up for something bigger. The wait is finally over. The revelation has started. Let this knowledge seep into your soul, chosen one. You were concealed because your power was still being developed in secret, not because you were weak. The wisdom of divine concealment exists. God covered you with a veil to maximize the effect of your magnificence, not to stifle it. And the world will see what heaven has already celebrated now that the release day has arrived. You're entering a time when no further justification is required. Your radiance, elevation, and presence will speak for itself. All of your actions have been based on faith, and all of your prayers have been silent. Now, every seed sowed in quiet and every act of obedience performed in front of no one is emerging. A heavenly principle is in operation. Anything done behind closed doors will always be praised in public. That isn't a possibility. When you are picked, it is a given. Now, the time when people question your silence is giving way to a time when they will be amazed by your manifestation. Many will believe that something occurred suddenly. However, As you are aware, the voyage was far from quick. The wars you waged by yourself were hidden from them. The weight of your waiting was not felt by them. When you stayed up wondering if the promise would ever arrive, they weren't awake. However, God was. He captured it all on tape. He is now transforming your method into a source of strength that will shine in front of those who questioned your course. It's not about proving yourself at this launch. It's about doing what was meant to be done. The selected person's journey is seldom glamorous at first. It is often a silent corridor that is replete with spiritual conflict, loss, sacrifice, and self-discovery. But the people who pass through the door of heavenly deliverance are the ones who persevere along that corridor. And now you're there. No, you're not going to the door. You're traversing it. The things that were previously concealed behind spiritual walls are now coming to the surface when you accomplish this. Your presence is power. It's not only about showing off what you've created at this time. It's about showing who you've changed into. The true change is that you are becoming into an unbreakable person, someone who could bear the burden of disclosure without giving way under duress, someone who wants to be helpful rather than merely be noticed. Recognition is not necessary to prove who you are. You have a mission far bigger than being popular, and that goal is now becoming apparent. Because they were too holy to be released too soon, some of your creations were kept back. God didn't want imitation, envy, or noise to taint what you were creating. But he's saying, release it. Show them. It's time. Now that you have a strong spiritual shield and know how to act with authority rather than arrogance, it won't only be visible when you unleash it. It will change the mood. Even you won't realize the impact your effort will have on people's lives. Be prepared for discussions to shift. When you enter an environment, expect it to change. Be prepared to be asked to do something for which you did not apply. Why? Since the unveiling has already started. Because of your faith when no one was looking, you are at a time when favor finds you. This isn't arbitrary. This is the secret season's prize. This is the manifestation of divine alignment. Here's what you need to keep in mind, though. Choose one. Not all openings are meant to be celebrated. There will be exams for some of it. Yes, everything is being made public, but you need to use more discretion today. Opportunities come with exposure, but so does resistance. You were protected from certain energies while you were hiding. Your light will now draw in both sincere admirers and interested onlookers. To pleasing them is not your job. It is your responsibility to safeguard your mission. People from your history will come back to you. People who formerly misinterpreted your quiet will attempt to capitalize on your attention. It's possible that counterfeit replicas of the things you've spent years building may emerge from imitators. Do not panic. Avoid arguing. Let them do their thing. Their fiction will never be as loud as your fruit. Remain grounded. Remain in sync. Remain true to yourself. Your mission becomes much more important as everything becomes public knowledge. Your words now will have a greater impact. Your words, posts, endorsements, and creations will be given greater weight. You are now in a position of responsibility, but don't be afraid of it. Accept it. You were picked to set an example, not only to be noticed. The template is you. You are the model for tenacity, modesty, and loyalty. And now, people will turn to you for guidance as well as inspiration. For this reason, you had to polish your persona before the spotlight arrived. God knew you would have been heartbroken if he had granted you this visibility before you reached a certain level of spiritual maturity. You're now made for it, however. You've learned how to deal with influence without becoming arrogant. You have now become an expert at listening before you speak. You have cultivated a heart that values insight more than praise. It's your time because of this. Upheld by sacred faith, this revealing of the chosen one will not be a one-time event. It's not a popular season. It's a divinely positioned way of existence. You're more than simply a fad. They're trusting you. Furthermore, when God gives you exposure, it indicates that he has already seen your capacity for accountability. He saw how you paid tribute to him while no one applauded. This moment is occurring now for that reason. The exam has been passed by you. The trust is now being publicly conveyed. And anticipate divine clarity as everything unfolds. You'll comprehend why some platforms didn't embrace you before, why certain relationships terminated, and why some doors have remained barred till now. It was redirection, not rejection. You would have squandered wonderful oil in the wrong setting if those things had opened too soon. Every door that opens today, however, will be in line with your destiny. Your mission will be amplified by each platform you enter. Each relationship will either support your purpose or dissolve on its own. You will be humbled at times throughout this revealing as you become aware of how, well, God planned everything. You'll stand where you've only ever imagined standing. Your voice will reverberate in unexpected places. And remember to stop, take a breath, and express gratitude at such times. Because it's not just about getting there. It has to do with assignment. This goes beyond success. It indicates that your whole influence has now been activated by the kingdom. In spirit, never let the holy to become public, but allow the public to perceive what was sacred. In other words, safeguard your time with God at all times. Keep your altar blazing no matter what the cameras are filming. Continue to pray. Maintain your posture. Remain focused, because your next level doesn't begin with this revelation. It's not the end. It is the gateway to a more noble vocation. And never forget that you will be sustained by the same God who revealed you. Pursuing relevance is not necessary. There's no need to vie for attention. Just continue to obey. Continue to be diligent. Stay anchored. The purpose of the public unveiling is to benefit others, not to boost one's own pride. You are a vessel now. Yes, visible, but nevertheless acquiesced. Yes, known, but still on one knee. Consecrated, definitely, but celebrated. Even though you didn't ask for this glory, it came to you. It was because you were ready for it, not because you asked for it. This is divine proof that God will make sure the public sees what he sees when you diligently stroll behind scenes. And everything he observes is anointed and unstoppable. He selects what he observes. Everyone others will now as well. Your presence is prophecy. The chosen one, be ready for you are being remembered as well as disclosed. The earth is being reminded of your existence by heaven. Your identity, your mission, and your voice are now right in the limelight, when before they felt so far away. This isn't a coincidence, either. This is providential. Your secret season and heaven's calendar ultimately converge in this exquisite dance. And there is nothing less than miraculous movement that occurs in that clash. It will seem like prophesy coming to life at this point. You'll enter areas that didn't seem feasible before. Individuals who are unaware of your name will start to respectfully discuss it. It's not that you pursued them. Rather, it's that your obedience's vibration has grown to levels that are invisible to the naked sight. Your extraordinary performance is now taking place amid the quiet you formerly endured. There is a purpose to the revealing. It's a prize. It's not anarchy. It's calling. You are not only becoming seen. You are entering the realm of heavenly memory. In alignment, everything that was halted, shelved, locked away, or constrained is now being freed. This encompasses your abilities, endeavors, voice, and vision. There were times when, despite doing everything correctly, you felt as if nothing was happening. You'll understand now, however, why the delay was a covert defense. They were keeping you from celebrating too soon. The audience is now prepared. The time is right. The platform is prepared. Above all, however, you are prepared. Allow this to settle in your soul. The things that are being shown about you may surprise some people, because you were establishing integrity while others were concentrating on appearance. You were being forged in fire as others chased fame. You sought alignment, they sought attention. The substance you developed while no one was applauding, or confirming you is now being made public. Light like that does more than simply shine. Everything it comes into contact with is changed. Noise and presence are not the same thing. There's so much noise in the world. People will stop at nothing to get attention. You, however, have been selected. You have developed your presence. Furthermore, presence doesn't need to be announced. One senses presence. Prior to you, presence moves rooms.